So I'm at the put in. It took some doing getting here. I had a lot of trouble finding the actual portage in here. Coming in from a road, and there was no indication of the portage. So I spent about a half an hour bushwhacking around before I found it. It's flagged now at the road, so it's easy to find coming in. Cleared a bunch of deadfall off the trail on the way in. It's about 500 meters back to the road. And so now I'm ready to start the trip. Going down the Marten River, 3 days. First 2 days the weather's supposed to be nice and gorgeous. Third day I've got some rain moving in. So it should be a nice weekend.
But I was soon to find the nice easy weekend trip I was anticipating devolving into one of my typical bushwhack outings. Exactly what I was trying to avoid.
Just after 1 now. Took me over an hour to find this portage. I ended up bushwhacking all the way to Redwater Lake, and then I was able to locate the trail at that end, followed it back. Then I had a hell of a time finding my canoe where I left it up the shoreline here. Oh, I must have thrashed around there for 20 minutes, back and forth, until I found it. Then I had to push through some shallow creeky section right up here. So if you're ever doing this, you need to follow the little bog bay all the way into the very end, and it would be challenging with a tandem canoe, I'm sure. And now you can maybe get a look at what that trail looks like off there. It's not much of one, but yeah. And I think I might have a bite to eat before I tackle this, because burned a lot of energy there this morning getting nowhere. So here we are, little lunch spot here, some birches. Nice. Yeah, things are going slow today. Just finishing up lunch here, getting ready to start this trail, and she's a bit of a doozy. My legs are kind of hamburgered. I don't know if you can see that. They're pretty trashed up. Yeah, that's hamburger legs. Joy. I've done that portage, and actually I've been messing around almost 2 hours on this trail. It actually should have taken me less than 25 minutes. It only takes 6 minutes to walk it end to end once you know where it is. So now I'm on Redwater Lake, which I think is officially the headwater lake of freaking horseflies, headwater lake of the Marten River. And so now we get to paddle for a little while. I'll put some sunscreen on. This is a scorcher of a day. So I'm about halfway down upper Redwater Lake. Had to pull over to shore, getting massive cramps in my legs, and unable to paddle. So I'm on shore trying to stretch this out, and wow, extremely painful. Debilitating even. Oh, I think I'm feeling a little bit better there now. I don't know what that is. Both legs cramping severe. Both thighs. So, I'll rest for a few minutes and then continue on. I'm now in lower Redwater Lake. You can see the little beaver dam back there, separating upper and lower Redwater Lakes. Yeah, just after 3:30 now, and now we'll see what lower Redwater has to offer. and still hoping to make it to Chokecherry tonight, but we'll see how things go. So here we go. We're on Lower Redwater Lake now, and my cramps have subsided. Boy, that was brutal back there. Several times I had to pull over to shore and get out and stretch my legs and get back in the boat, and they'd cramp right back up again. I was afraid I was going to end up rolling out of the canoe in the middle of the lake. Jesus. There's a weird scene back there with a train snowplow perched on top of a little rock island. I'm not sure what the story is behind that one, but I'm sure somebody had a good chuckle. I wonder how in the hell they got the thing there. They're taking some doing. Some determination. But for what? Steve Range. So I'm here at the end of Lower Redwater Lake. There's a little campsite here that's got a couple of fallen trees on it. It's just after 4, so a little early to stop. The next little stretch puts me into the river. I've got a couple of kilometers of river that includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 portages. So the next couple of hours is probably going to take me till probably, I'm thinking 6:30, maybe 7 by the time I get into camp at Chokecherry, which is a little later than I want, but I got delayed earlier in the day. So cramps are subsiding, so for now, but I keep coming back. So hope we get through this next bit okay. Done that short portage. And I put a couple of flags here in case other people are coming this way, and this might be hard to find. I just left a couple of flags, and on to the next one. It's only a couple of minutes paddling and I'll be portaging again. Done the second trail out of Lower Redwood, and this one here's a coup for Jeff's map. Never trust Jeff's maps. So Jeff's map shows this portage as being 130 meters. I just recorded the track and it's actually 317. So a long way from 130. Never, ever, ever trust the portage distances on Jeff's map. Alrighty, so I'm back on the river. Done the third portage out of Redwater Lake. So what was that? That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 portages so far today. Well, 6 portages and 1 leftover. Had to partially unload the boat there. And now I've got a little stretch of river here. Very pretty. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can get a look at this. Quite pretty. Nice white pines on the left-hand shore. almost through. Should be able to see just up ahead there, not very far, yet another obstruction. This one I believe requires a short portage. My map information tells me, yeah, this is a 45 meter portage. Okay, here we go. Next portage, and this is a short one, just over a bunch of rocks. You'll be able to see in the background there, oops, what we're walking over, just a sea of boulders, empty riverbed. Yeah, and then just one more portage, about a 350. And that takes me into Chokecherry Lake, and that's hopefully tonight's home. So, see what that looks like when we get there. Whew. Nice. Pretty cliffs over here. Very pretty. If you're ever doing this portage into Chokecherry, about 30 meters in, there's a sharp turn to the right. The trail actually continues straight ahead, but that's actually an old road. The portage trail cuts off to the right, about 30 meters along from the river, and then heads southwards towards Chokecherry Lake, and that's where I'm headed now. I took a wrong turn on the first load with the packs, ended up going part way down the road before I caught my mistake, and then came back. Along the way I managed to lose my hat, which I was able to locate on the way back, and so now just bringing the canoe through the final load, and lots of blowdowns in here. Not easy to maneuver and navigate over all of these logs. Oops. There we go. Okay, I'll check in with you at the end of the trail here. Right, so here we are on Chokecherry Lake, tonight's home. Whew. That was another doozy of a portage. Lots of deadfall on there, and of course that confusing fork at the beginning. So I put a few flags on there. Boy, I am hamburgered up. My legs are all rope racked, my arms cut and bleeding and scraped and cut all over. Pretty brutal day. The shirt's ripped. Frickin' holy smolies. And we got lots of work when I get to camp. Gotta set everything up. I get my supper rehydrated and heated and eat it. And it's getting late. It's 7:38. So, holy smolies. That's pretty. That's very pretty. Oh yeah, this is a pretty little lake. Lots of nice white pines over there too. All around there's nice white pines. There's a little island straight ahead, and that's going to be home for tonight. Apparently there's a campsite on there, a small campsite, which is all I need. I don't need anything big. It's just me and my little tent. So we'll see what this looks like. It looks really nice right now. It's in the sun. Don't know how long the sun will last. It's getting down low. Ah, that was a long day. Started just before 8. Loaded the truck up. And it's going to be probably 7:45 or later when I get to camp. So pretty much a 12-hour day. Yeah. Well, good morning. Beautiful morning today. Looks like it's going to be another hot day. I'm just trying to see if I can repair my shirt that got tattered and torn yesterday. One last check of the campsite, and it looks like we're good to go. There. Let's hope today goes a little bit smoother than yesterday on the portages. Coming up to another shallow channel. Oops. Yeah, with rocks all around. It's hard to see. Jeez, they're hard to see. This might actually be easier to portage, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna end up hacking the boat to trying to get through here. This is way too shallow. There we go. And we're on our way. So here's my first look at Boyce Lake. Pretty lake. I'm going to be passing through there, probably have lunch somewhere along the way. This last portage that I just completed is the first portage that is straightforward from beginning to end. Found the landing, walked through, no blowdowns, no lost trail. The trail is easy to follow. All the other trails, the trail disappears in places. There are tangles of blowdowns, and it's hard to pick the trail up beyond that because the trail is very faint. It's not a well-used route, and clearly hasn't seen maintenance in a long time. Anyway, on Boyce Lake, only one more portage today at the far end of Boyce Lake, and so today will be mostly a paddling day. It looks like we're getting a bit of a headwind. Wind's coming up from the south there. So here we go. That-a-way. Here at the end of Boyce Lake, and the next portage takes me on the railway tracks. It's about 300 meters along the tracks. And I just took a look up here. I don't know if this will show in the camera, but you can see the heat shimmering off the tracks there. As you look down in the distance, and this camera may not pick it up, there's a shimmer of heat rising up off the tracks. So this is going to be a very sweaty portage. 300 meters on the tracks in full sun. Nasty as heck. Had lunch at a little campsite on an island there on the south side of an island in the central part of the lake. Nice little spot. And yeah, so good day so far. Just entering another little shallow section of river here. A number of these little channels between the portage from Boyce and getting into Wicksteed Lake. Oops, very shallow. Yeah. And the rocks in this river are impossible to see, like that one, until they've got red paint on them. Then they're a lot easier. The next person's going to have markers on all the high rocks. And I'm glad I've got a little solo canoe, because a tandem canoe would have a hard time
in several spots here. It would be rough. Over sticks, rocks. There we go. Oh, more rocks. There. Oh, more rocks. Okay. Man, this is a pretty river. Oh, there's a motorboat. I guess I'm on Wicksteed Lake now. So this must be an access from the railway tracks just back in the bush there. I guess these people come in on the train. Yep, path right up to the tracks there. It would seem I took a wrong turn on Wicksteed Lake. I should have stayed to the left instead of the right. And now I gotta push my way through a bunch of reeds. Try to reach open water over here. Go. Yeah. Oops. Sunken log. There we go. Yeah. It's Saturday night here, and I brought along a bottle of scotch, and I remember telling a couple of friends I'm going to drink the whole thing in one night, and so here we are. Well, I should have no trouble killing this puppy. Yeah, this is actually sweet, very sweet. God damn it, covered with ants. And that's how you get ants. Actually, this is, I'm camped on what I'm going to call Anthill Island. And in the morning, when I got better light here, I'm going to show you just what a freak show this place is with the ants. Holy schmoly. There are 3 giant anthills, not just 1, 3. And the ground is just freaking swarming with the little buggers. So the Glen Morangi are going to help with that. These are ants crawling around on the tent. Fortunately on the outside. And I'm camped on Anthill Island. This whole island is one giant anthill. And they were driving me crazy crawling up my legs. I figured out how to deal with that. They don't like repellent. If you put repellent on your lower legs, that stops them from crawling up into your pants. Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning, and things have changed. Overcast. There's a red sky this morning. Wind is switched, so now it's a northeast wind, so that's good. That's going to be a push wind all the way down the lake here. I started packing up here and making some tea now, and then on my way. So I wanted to show you why I call this Anthill Island. I'm going to take you on a little tour. So here's the first of the anthills. Massive pile of litter. There's no dirt for them to dig into, so they drag litter and build up these mounds. And over here, you can see that most of the campsite is anthill. The fire pit here clearly hasn't been used for some time, and so the ants have reclaimed it. Okay, so that's all anthill. And the whole thing is anthill. And there's an even more interesting spot just over here. I'll show you that. Here's the outhouse for this little island, and of course it's extremely poor outhouse sitting right on the edge of the lake. I've seen this before at fishermen sites. But let's just take a look. And normally I wouldn't show you what's inside one of these things, but this one deserves to be looked at. Look at that thing. It's a freaking anthill. Never seen an ant shitter before. Look at that thing. It's like one of those ant farms you used to have when you were a kid. After a hearty cereal in a bag breakfast, fortified with freshly picked blueberries, I packed up, loaded up, and moved out before the forecasted and clearly imminent rain set in. As I paddled the 11.5 kilometers down the lake to my waiting truck, I stopped from time to time to stretch my legs or check out anything that happened to catch my interest. Here's a different kind of thunderbox. Appears to be made out of a school bus seat. Never seen one of these before. I'm inside a little cave in the along shore here. Out from the cave. Good little spot if you had a shower. Eh? Just sit in there and watch it go by. There we go. So I'm all done the trip. Just finished here. It's about 11 o'clock, just coming up on 11. At the dam at the end of Wicksteed Lake. And showers most of the morning, light showers, nothing heavy. Just show you, this is quite clearly a popular place. As you can see by the parking lot here. And this isn't the half of it. On the road back there, there's trailers and trucks parked all the way, almost all the way out to the Marten Lake Road. It's a busy place on a long weekend in August. Okay, so ready to go here. I'm just gonna
go a little head to toe just to see what the damage is here. So, hamburger legs, trashed shorts, totaled shirt, and Polly's head. Yeah.